Welcome to 5-Minute Bedtime Stories, brought to you by TaleBot, your child's AI storyteller. Want to create a bedtime story for your child? Visit talebotai.com/create. Now, let's sit back and enjoy the story.
Evangeline's Cozy Bedtime Surprise. A special bedtime story for Evangeline. Once upon a time, in the cozy little town of Sunnyvale, there lived a sweet and imaginative 8-year-old girl named Evangeline. Evangeline loved bedtime stories, especially ones about animals and their exciting adventures. Every night, she would snuggle under her soft blanket and listen to her parents read her a story before drifting off to sleep. One evening, as Evangeline's parents were searching for a new bedtime tale, they stumbled upon a book titled Grumpy Groundhog by Maureen Wright. Intrigued by the story's description, they knew it was the perfect choice for their little girl. That night, as the moon cast a gentle glow over Evangeline's bedroom, her parents settled beside her and opened the book to begin her latest bedtime adventure. The story unfolded with delightful rhymes, telling the tale of Groundhog Day in a small village not too far away. In the story, all the townspeople eagerly gathered to find out if spring was on its way. But there was one problem: Grumpy Groundhog did not want to leave his cozy bed in his cozy den. He loved burrowing deep into the earth, feeling snug and warm, and he didn't want to face the chilly air outside. As Evangeline listened intently, she imagined herself right there alongside the townspeople, eager to coax Grumpy Groundhog out of his den. She giggled at his grumpy antics and admired his determination to stay in his cozy space. Throughout the story, the townspeople tried everything to persuade Grumpy Groundhog to come out. They sang cheerful songs, brought him warm blankets, and even tickled his nose with feathers. But Grumpy Groundhog was stubborn. He just wouldn't budge. Evangeline's heart went out to the townspeople, who were desperately hoping to see Grumpy Groundhog's shadow. She wondered if they would ever succeed in coaxing him out of his den. As the story reached its climax, a brilliant idea struck Evangeline's mind. "What if I could help the townspeople?" she whispered to herself. Determined to make a difference, she closed her eyes and imagined herself inside the book, standing right in front of Grumpy Groundhog's den. With a confident smile, Evangeline gently called out to the sleepy groundhog. "Grumpy Groundhog, would you do us a favor and come outside just for a little while? The whole town is waiting to see if spring is near." To her surprise, Grumpy Groundhog's ears perked up at the sound of her voice. He poked his head out of his den and squinted at Evangeline. "Why should I leave my cozy bed?" he grumbled. Evangeline took a step closer and spoke softly, her eyes brimming with kindness. "Because, dear Grumpy Groundhog, when you emerge from your den, you bring joy and hope to everyone. Your shadow can tell us if spring is on its way, and that fills hearts with warmth and happiness." Grumpy Groundhog blinked at Evangeline, his grumpiness slowly melting away. He realized the significance of his role and the happiness he could bring to the town. With a newfound sense of purpose, he wiggled his whiskers and stepped out into the chilly morning air. The townspeople erupted with cheers and laughter as Grumpy Groundhog's shadow appeared. It was a perfect sign that spring was just around the corner. Evangeline beamed with pride, knowing that she had played a part in making that magical moment happen. As the story came to a close, Evangeline's parents kissed her goodnight, their voices filled with warmth and love. Evangeline drifted off to sleep, her dreams filled with the laughter of the townspeople and the shadow of Grumpy Groundhog. From that night on, Evangeline never forgot the importance of spreading joy and kindness, just like she did with Grumpy Groundhog. And as she grew older, she carried the memory of that special bedtime story in her heart, reminding her to always look for ways to brighten the lives of others. With a contented smile on her face, Evangeline peacefully slept, knowing that the world was filled with endless possibilities and heartwarming adventures, just waiting to be discovered. The end.
Thank you for joining us on this enchanting journey. If you enjoyed tonight's story, remember, the magic doesn't have to end here. Craft your own adventure with TaleBot by visiting talebotai.com/create. And as a special treat, use the coupon code TALE99 at checkout to get your bedtime story for just 99 cents, instead of the usual $2.99. Sweet dreams, and until our next tale.